4 teenagers in action this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg Brian to throw first. Game on!
Russ Bray sounding even more gruff than usual. I'm Dan Dawson in the commentary box for the very first time on the European Tour. I'm delighted to say that Nigel Pearson is alongside.
Dan, great to be here. Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Looking forward to this one. David Schlichting started playing darts at the age of 4 weekend in Prospect as well. And an excellent lineup throughout this tournament too. And as you say, my first time at one of these events, Dan, and pleasantly surprised by the lineup this afternoon. And it just gets bigger and better throughout the course of the weekend. So, yeah, looking forward to 3 super days here in Riesa.
Maybe to require 120.
Schlichting looking at a Shanghai finish for a 15-darter. This would be some start. Can he find the treble? No, he can't.
56.
78 needed then for Raman to get the first leg on the board. First to 6, of course, progresses.
58. Maybe to require.
Schlichting went for the 16s with his last start. Treble would have left the double. As it is, he may only get 1 dart at double. Well, rescues it with a treble 16 for double 8. Really nicely done.
David.
And look at that for the man nicknamed the Turtle.
Good start, great start, crucially as well against
second leg,
the
David to throw first.
In this short format, of course, 8 matches this afternoon, 8 matches tonight as well, as Dan's already explained right at the top of this match. And first blood to David Schlichting of Germany in his home country this afternoon.
93.
With that break of throw. First to 6, as we say, so they'll get on with it this afternoon. And what a start for
60.
The home player here. Very impressive the way he took that out.
Our first insect appearance on the Euro Tour.
Didn't take long. Running to do the second leg. Fly in the ointment.
24.
Something like that, anyway.
Yeah, I'll take that. Schlichting, one of 5 host nation qualifiers appearing here this weekend.
60.
We've got a 19-year-old in Schlichting, a 16-year-old in Fabian Schmutzler, who sensationally qualified for the World Championship back end of last year, having had an incredible weekend on the development tour. His very first appearance, only just old enough to go and compete on it.
58.
Went and did so well, he got himself to the World Championship. Astonishing story. See if he can break through this year on the senior circuit. And, of course, he's playing development tour stuff. We had a development
85.
tour just the other weekend. Schlichting was part of it. Didn't pick up much money. In fact, he's not really picked up a great deal of money in his various exploits in PDC darts. This is a massive, massive day for him.
100.
To be playing on a big stage in a ranking tournament.
Yeah, played Ryan Meikler in the World Championship, didn't he? Alexandra Palace, what a World Championship that was as well. Fantastic entertainment.
43.
But I think you've quite rightly pointed out, Dan, as well, in the build-up to this event, the depth of talent that the game has now.
97.
And reading other expert columns in various publications in the build-up as I was preparing for this tournament, you know, the depth of talent that the game can boast now is probably the greatest ever. And it's great to see. Great to see.
100.
Well, knocks a chunk out of that to leave himself on a 2-dart.
Well,
Brian requires
big moment for a break back here for Brian Raman, and he makes no mistake. First dart and a double there, and it's level at 1 leg apiece in this first match of the Friday afternoon session.
Game on.
On this big European Tour event, the return of the fantastic tour that it is, and Raman bouncing back straight away there. And Dan, I would suggest that David will be pretty annoyed at that because, of course, in a short format,
100.
Break of throw early on, and you're on your way, aren't you?
Well, I'm interested to see how he deals with the occasion, Schlichting. Getting that first leg on the board, hugely important for him. We saw him qualify for this. As I say, he's played 15 Euro Tour qualifiers and hasn't managed to get on
54.
The big stages of the Euro Tour until this weekend. When he did qualify in the host nation qualifiers last night, going by social media, he was pretty overwhelmed, as were many other people who interact with him on Darts Twitter. But he kind of collapsed after that. He didn't get close to qualifying for the other 2. He had 2 more qualifying events. So this is an enormous moment in his life. And that is an enormous score from Brian Raman. 180 to lead, 167.
Good darts from the English Open winner. Brian Raman actually practices a lot with Dimitri van den Berg. Spends a lot of time on the practice board with Dimmy. He's on 167 now.
97.
Schlichting not on a finish here, so what can he do now to set himself up just in case Raman can't take out the 70?
Brian requires 70.
To go 2-1 ahead with the hold.
54. David, you require 100.
He's had a dart to win every leg. Brian Raman. He could find himself 2-1 down, though. 19s route, interesting. 4 19s would have left double 14.
52. Brian requires 16.
Double 8. Just had to look twice for 2-1, and Schlichting sat on 52 waiting to pounce. If this doesn't go, and it doesn't go either. So the opportunity for a breaker throw here now for David Schlichting for a 2-1 advantage. Got to come down. Big moment.
32. Thank you.
Snatched at that last start.
Brian requires
So
16.
now, double 8, double 4 for Brian Raman. This is hard work. Hard work indeed.
Guys, come on. Best of order, please.
Well,
David requires 20.
first little word to the fans. Obviously, it's a Friday afternoon of the Euro Tour. There aren't loads in.
Imshan, the third
So,
leg. David
if you do make any noise, they are going to notice. And
Fourth leg, David
Schlichting
throw first.
makes it 3 consecutive breaks of throw.
Quite a start to this International Darts Open. Now, if he holds his throw here, he'll be halfway to the finish line. And a reminder, Jermaine Wattermina and Nico Springer come up next after this game.
60.
Luke Woodhouse later on this afternoon. Ryan Searle is on stage this afternoon. Darryl Gurney's here as well. Good lineup.
Yeah, interesting mix as well. Schlichting, 19 years old.
Yep.
Schmutzler, 16 years old. Keen Barry, 19 years old. Adam Gavlas, 19 years old. Wayne Jones, 107.
That's a bit harsh.
Thereabouts. Lovely stuff.
Nice.
80.
Tight contest, this one. Good way to start.
59.
Whoever wins it, Dan, it's going to be a hard-fought victory.
Yeah, and Jose de Souza, the number 2 seed, awaits. Former winner on the European Tour, of course.
90.
Former Grand Slam champion. Perhaps fair to say that Jose hasn't been playing at the very top of his game for the last few months, but it doesn't really matter because with his scoring power, he's going to be dangerous. He's always going to be dangerous.
Always, yeah.
Does he go for it? Does he go for it?
Yes.
134.
I mean, he had the 167 earlier on, chose not to even try and set it up to go for the bullseye. This time he does go for it.
Just seemed to snatch it at a big moment.
121.
And that's a great response from Schlichting as well. Double 16.
One score.
Get past it.
David require 100.
Looking at the top of the double 16 bed there, couldn't find a way through. This would be some shot for a man on a Euro Tour debut. Oh, it's on. Hello, double 14.
117.
So close. Real good effort.
Finally require 32.
Even Raman shows his appreciation for the attempt there, but this is a moment for the Belgian at double 16 now. Last start in hand. Can it go?
Game
yes.
shot in the fourth leg.
Held his nerves superbly there. And the break of throw is becoming common in this match.
Game on.
2 apiece, first to 6.
Well, some dart there at the double 16 for Brian Raman. And it could be 3 legs running with a 1-8. Not quite.
40.
David Schlichting, who got to the quarter-final of the Dutch Open a couple of years ago, lost in the deciding leg, but this...
140.
But this, for the young German, without doubt, is the biggest achievement of his career to qualify for this event. How he'd love to progress to the second round. Four legs in, level pegging.
54.
Here in Riesa, Germany, on this Friday afternoon.
I have seen the prize money going up in a number of tournaments. It's remained the same on the European Tour, so 25k to the winner, but £1,000 if you're in the first round, 2 grand if you reach the second round, 3 grand, 5 grand, 6.5 and 10 goes through.
97.
Raman has left himself on 167, the last 3 legs running. One time he's chosen not to try and take it out, one time he tried to take it out, and the other time he didn't have a choice and he just set himself up. But in all
85.
the 2 previous legs, he's found himself in this kind of position and made hard work of hitting the double. He might be doing the same here.
34.
Decides to leave himself on double 18 this time around. See if it's possible to just win a leg without any stress.
Well, it's a good opportunity for Raman. Schlichting not really making any inroads here, so...
Ryan require 36.
Ryan Raman now with the opportunity of 3-2. Getting closer, that's a decent marker. Yes, it was a decent marker.
Brian Raman.
3-2, the Belgian leads now.
Game on.
And halfway to the finish line.
Our first hold of throw, the first time that the Belgian has gone into the lead. Now we'll see if Schlichting can keep it together.
100.
As an underdog and as a debutant, and look, I know Brian Raman's making his debut, but he's a bigger beast than David Schlichting. Has already established a bit of a reputation
95.
for himself. If you reach the top of the world rankings, he's going to do that.
Yeah.
But the longer that Schlichting was just keeping him either level or behind, he could perhaps grow in confidence. Here, this is where the game could disappear away from him. Because Raman has been getting plenty of chances. He could run away with this. You can see he's outscoring Schlichting heavily in this match. But his finishing
56.
means that the average is not even at 80 at the minute.
This is a bit of a concern. He needed that treble 20, David Schlichting. Good recovery in the end. I think there was maybe a bit of concern creeping in there. Raman now 180, doing beautifully here. Maybe a 140 even.
98.
Still well behind, so Schlichting looking to hold just to level the match at 3 apiece.
57.
Short format, these first few sessions, 8 matches per session. And that's a good 140. He threw a lot quicker there.
David, you require
so much quicker, much
164.
more of a pace to his game there, Brian Raman. Just put some pressure on Schlichting here now. And I would suggest that if Raman steals the leg here,
38.
it's a long way back.
Brian require 112.
For the German.
Double 16.
80.
Having problems in that corner
David,
of the
you
board.
require 120.
Double 16's his favourite as well.
Give himself a moment. 419s leaves the ball. That's one of them. Can't find the other 3. It's a single 3.
And now has a 4 legs to 2 lead. And he has the darts here to throw to go within 1 of the second round of the International Darts Open on the European Tour. Get the feeling that was a big moment, Dan.
Yeah, well, Schlichting
140.
has not been able to hold his throw all match. You don't hold your throw, you don't win a game of darts.
Raman just occasionally throws in 3 quicker darts, Dan. And he's hitting the target. It's working for him.
Well, as the stats bear out, he's outscored him, hasn't he? He's found trouble when it's come to the doubles, particularly around that double 16 area. If he sorted that out by finally pilling it,
100.
then that will do.
$58.
Yeah, he's out of sorts at the moment. Schlichting, he knows he's in a bit of trouble here. Can Raman pounce? Can he find a treble down the board for treble 19? Works nicely for him. In control to go within one leg of victory here in Riesa, Germany on this Friday afternoon.
Ryan require 164.
Doesn't have to go for this, of course, all about the setup. But he's playing with confidence now as well. You can see noticeably he's feeling a lot better about his game. Nice flow and scoring well too.
Go on, fill it up, Dave.
Why not?
140.
Can't quite produce the maximum that would have got him to a finish. 2 visits from here for a 5-2 lead. Double 16 again. And again, he misses it. Well, double 16 is normally Raman's favourite. Like you said, he's had a few concerns on that part of the board this afternoon.
Ryan require 25.
25 needed for 5-2. Marker? Yes.
Shot in the 7th leg.
5-2, Raman leads. And Schlichting is now
first.
in a big bother. Brian Raman in control of this first round tie now. Just gone on a run and pulled well clear after a really tight opening to this one.
58.
Yeah, it's 4 legs on the spin for Raman. Schlichting with the darts, but hasn't managed to hold his throw all
60.
game. Just hasn't scored well enough. When we saw him qualify yesterday, he managed to put 3 performances back to back where he was averaging in the very low, but still low 80s. Here, he's mid-70s. An extra 5 points on his average.
95.
You know, if he'd taken out that incredible 145, I mean, I think that might be one of 2 or 3 visits
45.
that Schlichting has had where he's hit 2 big trebles, and he nearly took out a 145 combo. Had he done that, he'd have been 3-1 up, and this game could have been different because Raman would have started to feel more pressure in that situation, and maybe David could have relaxed a bit.
37.
But that feels like the turning point in this game. 1 dart missed at double 14. He hasn't won a leg since.
60. $96.
Well, Raman, knowing that he's got time on his side, he's got that 3-leg cushion here. He can afford to let this leg go, which would see Schlichting hold his throw for the first time. Still got to get the job done, and should do from here, really.
59.
With Raman back on 276, but you never know, maybe a 140 could make it interesting.
58.
Well, a gift.
Schlichting. 56.
You don't hold your throw here, you're not going to hold your throw at all in this game. Oh, it's another one of those he's dragged low.
36.
That's a well-thrown dart, but it doesn't find the mark. He will get 3 more.
Yeah, that second dart for Schlichting, he just looked like he snatched at it.
58.
And that's what cost him, really.
David, you require 20.
He can't afford to do that in this situation, because if he drags that into the double 15, it's visit over. Ooh. Oh, dear. Oh, rescued it, and he does hold his throw.
Yeah, absolutely. He needed that, didn't he?
Brian to throw first.
And nailed it superbly. And a picture of determination. But now this is Raman's moment. 2 in the bed. Can he fill it up? Yes, he can! What a moment! With the throw. Holds this. He wins the match, and he starts with the lot. Brian Raman of Belgium.
97.
Sloppy second visit for Raman. Still in a good position though here. Schlichting can't really put any pressure on Raman with a no trouble visit once again. Nice second dart.
100.
That's all he needs, really, Dan. The ton.
Yeah, Brian Raman has got David Schlichting exactly where he wants him.
He has.
96.
All about the setup from here for a man.
45.
Well,
As I was saying.
even staying straight leaves him a Shanghai. And he's caused himself problems here because a couple of trebles. This leg ain't over.
100.
Leaves the
Brian
148.
135.
Congratulations to Brian Raman, a successful European Tour debut. I mean, we know the Fridays of the European Tour, they're never easy, but if it's your debut, it's even harder, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very hard because I put too much pressure on myself, and that's what reflected the game most part of it. But yeah, I'm happy to win it and come back tomorrow.
I mean, it was his debut as well, but he takes the first leg and then he gives it last to the crowd, and you go thinking, okay, I'm up for a match here.
Well, if it's your debut and you're playing for your home crowd, you should give it a big one. That's just what you need to do because you're playing in front of your crowd, and they would love to see you win on your debut as well.
Tomorrow in the afternoon, you're facing Jose de Sousa in the second round. You played each other once, but that's been like 3 years ago now, in 2019 UK Open, and you're a different player now than you were back then, surely.
Yeah, I'm a different player, but so is he. So that was his debut on the UK Open, it was my debut. But yeah, he's a world-class player now, so I need to play my best.
Ryan, congratulations on the win. Ladies and gentlemen, into the second round. Brian
Thank you,
Raman.
everyone. Thank you.